Budumburam Refugee Camp lies 44 kilometres to the west of Accra. It was established in 1990 to host those displaced by the civil war in Liberia. The camp is still home to around 20,000 people, roughly 14,000 of whom are thought to be Liberian. Refugees and the camp remain a contentious issue in Ghana. I was frustrated on several attempts when trying to talk to officials about the camp. However, through a local guide I was given a brief insight into conditions in the camp. Life remains tough for Liberians, but through the work of the community, NGOs like Children Better Way, the government of Ghana and international support, some of the more pressing issues in the community are being dealt with.
There's a talent NGO in Ghana that we are currently partnering with, and they built this school at a cost of $80,000 in 2005. So this is where our children attend school, and it's a free school that we provide for them.
Children Better Way have undertook education, HIV, environment and water schemes. Organisations like Children Better Way have done a number of novel solutions to the problems in the camp. So for instance here there's been a well donated by a Canadian but dug by the Liberians themselves. There are 10 zones, each with a number of wells within. For instance, this zone has 3 wells. There's a head of each zone, and if there's any problems with that, they're given the key and the responsibility to sort it out themselves. Unemployment and a lack of opportunity for tertiary education remains a pressing issue in the camp. Those wishing to go on to university have to take expensive West African senior certificate examinations and pay foreign student fees to Ghanaian universities. This is simply beyond the financial reach of most in the camp. Much talent is going to waste.
Education facility of the Liberian people. UNHCR are not providing it. Whenever you talk about age limit. You may have a certain age to be able to go to university.
Because I struggle to complete my first degree and want to continue to do my master's program so that I can be able to go back to Liberia to contribute my services.
A long-term resettlement solution remains the priority for those I talked to in the camp. Some said they wanted passage to the west, whilst others expressed a wish to return to Liberia, providing the situation in Monrovia remains stable.
Of course, everybody wants to go home. Nobody wants to be in somebody else's house. Because like the Americans say, there's no place like home. You can open your doors to me for a couple of days. After a while, you get annoyed and get tired of me.
If elections are successful, all other factors, there are other factors that come to light. If it is successful, it doesn't mean that you have a home to return to. If it is successful, it doesn't mean that a job is guaranteed. If it is successful, it doesn't mean that it clears the way for total security.
Until then, life at Budumburam will continue as it has. The Budumburam, 21 years on, is not really a camp, it's more of a community. When you think of a camp, you think of the tents and the situation we're seeing in East Africa. Here, it's a lively school behind me, for instance. We had a well back there, there's a library over there, permanent structures, kids playing. It feels like a community now. It doesn't feel like a transitory state. As Abraham Brown from Children Better Way explained, the Liberian community does deserve some credit for what it has done to date.
But we also need to project a true picture, the positive picture of this camp. What has it done since it's been into this community? Because we move here on an open land. It was never like this. And so if that picture can be projected to the ordinary Ghanaians who already mingle with us, we are friends, I think we will even be more loving than not knowing what is happening inside.
From Budumburam, this is Henry Wilkinson reporting for ETV Ghana.